Krishna devotees, welcome to Shloka Day. Today's Shloka is Shloka number 28 of chapter 11. Yatha nadinam bahavombuvegaha
Yadha nadinam bahavombuvegaha
samudramevabhimukha dravanti
samudramevabhimukha dravanti
tatha tavami naralokaviraha
tadha tavami naralokaviraha
vishanti vaktranyabhivijvalanti.
vishanti vaktranyabhivijvalanti.
Forward meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Yatha,
Yatha, as
Nadinam,
nadinam,
of the rivers,
of the rivers,
Bahavaha,
bahavaha,
many,
many, the many,
Vegaha,
ambuvegaha,
waves of the waters,
waves of the waters,
Samudram,
samudram,
the ocean,
the ocean,
Eva,
eva,
certainly,
certainly,
Abhimukha,
abhimukha,
towards, Dravanti,
dravanti,
glide,
tatha,
similarly,
tava,
your,
ami,
all these, Nara Loka Viraha, kings of human society, Vishanti, are entering, Vaktrani, the mouths, Abhivijvalanti, and are blazing. Translation: as the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouths. So Arjuna is continuing to describe what he is seeing, which is that all the great warriors and many soldiers are simply being crushed to death. And how is that happening? They are entering into the mouths of the cosmic form. So Prabhupada has not written a purport. There are two analogies used by Arjuna. One is the rivers flowing into the ocean. The other one is the moths entering into the fire, which is the next shloka that we will cover tomorrow. There were many noble kings and warriors in the war who fought as their duty and laid down their lives on the battlefield. Arjuna compares them to river waves willingly merging into the ocean. There were also many others who fought out of greed and self-interest. Arjuna compares them with the moths being lured ignorantly into the incinerating fire. But in both cases, they are marching rapidly toward their imminent death. So two types of analogies here. The rivers will always rush into the ocean. That's just the natural way of doing it. So the natural thing for us to do is our duty. And in that process, if we have to give up our life, so be it. The unnatural thing is for a moth to get mistakenly attracted to the fire, and it rushes to the fire out of ignorance, and it gets killed. So these kind of soldiers are those who are fighting with self-interest and greed. But that'll be the next shloka, the 29th shloka. So two analogies used by Arjuna. His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu says, how is it that Krishna is addressing Arjuna's apprehensions about the death of Bhishma? In the very first chapter, Arjuna has complained to Krishna saying, how can I kill great warriors like Bhishma, Drona, etc.? So that question gets answered here. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna describes the death of the assembled warriors using two metaphors. They are like rivers entering into an ocean in the 28th Sloka, and like moths entering into the fire, which is the 29th Sloka. Gita commentators such as Vishwanath Chakravarti explain that these two metaphors refer to two distinct modes of death: circumstantial and volitional. What does that mean? Just as rivers naturally flow toward the ocean, some assembled warriors, such as Bhishma, had been pushed by the force of circumstances into the war. Unlike rivers, moths move intentionally toward fire, believing it to be enjoyable. Similarly, some warriors, such as Duryodhana, had knowingly caused the war by repeatedly provoking and persecuting the Pandavas. He had believed the war would grant him unrivaled power and prosperity. Additionally, when moths enter fire, their bodies are destroyed. In contrast, when rivers enter into the ocean, their defining component, water, is not destroyed. It continues to exist, just within a larger body of water. Similarly, when materialistic people like Duryodhana die, they suffer terribly as if their very existence has ended. Why? Because they strongly identify with their bodies. They feel that bodily destruction is like self annihilation. In contrast, spiritually evolved individuals like Bhishma know that their defining essence is their soul. When their body is destroyed, their soul gracefully transits to a higher reality in greater harmony with the ultimate reality. Moreover, moths flying into fire don't do any good for anyone, whereas rivers flowing toward the ocean provide life nourishing water to everyone living on their banks. Similarly, Duryodhana didn't do any good for anyone during his lifelong pursuit of the Kuru kingdom, but Bhishma was a fount of wisdom for everyone throughout his life. Through these two pregnant metaphors, Krishna allays Arjuna's concerns. Though his venerable elders like Bhishma were fated to die, their death would be far different from the death of the likes of Duryodhana. Even if we can't change the fact of our mortality, we can change how we experience death and how we contribute while alive. So, death is common for all of us. How we choose to die. Do we choose to die as servants of Krishna, or do we choose to die as servants of Maya Devi? That is our choice. So, depending on our choice, we will experience death differently, although death itself is common to all jivans.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.